welcome to another podcast of Uganda Youth Collective. This is Winnie Kitaka. Thank you so much for tuning in again. I hope everybody's having a great time. I hope all is going well. Today is Thursday, so I'm hoping that your week has gone well. And just wanted to get in touch with you real quick. I'm actually, the joy of technology, I'm doing this on the road. And I wanted to share a funny story. Well, it's not funny, but there's an educational message to it that I think this story that I'm about to tell you really illustrates the point I am trying to put across in a good way, I believe. And please go ahead and comment after you listen to the podcast, whether you agree or disagree. So listen, this is the story. I know a friend of mine. She went to take their car to be to the dealers to be serviced, or to for them to take a look at the car. While she was at this mechanics or dealers, one of the men at the mechanics, or I'm not sure what he was, whether he was a mechanic or not a mechanic, but that's not the point. So as she was sitting around waiting for the car to be serviced, she notices this man and realizes, oh, that's a good-looking guy. I'm sure many people, you can relate to that. And then she thinks, oh, okay, he's nice. And then so she, at that point, she takes the car, gets the car and takes it away, and had to return back to the dealer, to the same place, for another reason regarding the car. So when she goes again, remember the first time she saw the man, and he caught her eye. And she thought he was a good-looking guy. So the second time she goes and sees the same man again, it's like, oh, second look. And she realizes this guy is really nice, actually. And then she goes ahead to tell her friend. In that case, I'm the friend, so she tells me about it. And she says, Winnie, you never guess what? I met this guy. I saw this guy, and he's really nice. And I said, okay, yes, and she said, Winnie, the funny thing is this. Since I've seen this guy, I've only seen him twice. But because I like him, already, this is her saying, already I feel like I want to change the way I look so that I can attract this guy. I said, what do you mean change the way you look? And she said, well, lose weight and just make myself attractive so I can get this guy. And I said, fair enough if you want to. And I'm going to stop the story there. But this is what the point I want to get across. Is one thing I always believe, and I've always said, it's really important the things you put in front of you, or the things that you are watching or listening to on a daily basis. Because whether you know it or you don't know it, if you consistently keep watching and looking at the same thing again and again, that thing that you're looking at, if it's positive, will influence some of your decisions or some of your actions in a positive way. If the thing you're looking at or listening to consistently is negative, then that thing will influence your decisions or your actions in negatively. As in the case of this friend of mine that I'm telling you about, is she didn't go out to try and find somebody, or she was looking for a relationship. No. But because she saw this person again and again, she began to get, I wouldn't say feelings for him, but an attraction and a liking to this person. And as a result of the liking, she was willing to change her actions. She was willing to change her appearance so that she can attract this guy. What am I trying to say? Winnie, what are you saying? This is what I'm saying. As young Ugandans, regardless of your location, it's really important to check the things that you are watching or listening to on a daily or weekly or on a consistent basis. Because you might be surprised or might not be surprised to find that things are the way they are, or you're thinking the way you're thinking. Not because there's something wrong with you, but because of the things you have allowed to watch or to listen to consistently. Then it also brings me to this conclusion. So if I want to be the best at something that I do, then one of the ways to help me or to help you get there, if you find the people, for example, in that field who are the best at doing it, and you watch them and listen to them consistently all the time, then you're going to be influenced in a positive. Your actions, your thoughts will be influenced positively, and vice versa. If you're listening and watching something that you don't like and you detest, sooner or later, because you're keeping it in front of you on a consistent basis, in one way or another, it will begin to influence your actions and your decisions in a negative sense. So this is a really quick podcast. And it's literally to say to you, my brothers and sisters, that I believe our hashtag is this, that Ugandans can. I believe you can do and achieve anything that you set your mind to. But if that thing you want to do, if you're not seeing it and watching it on a consistent basis, then you probably will get there, but it might take you longer to get there. But if you want to get there, if you want to do it, surround yourself with the right messages, with the right images, so that you begin to think the right way. Because a lot of people, depending on what media outlets you watch or listen to, some of these media outlets do not portray the things you want to be. So if they're not portraying what you really want to do in the future, why do you keep watching them? Why do you keep listening to them? And part of I believe what will help us as Ugandans, as youth, part of what will help you is begin to identify the things that you really want to be or the things you want to do. When you find out what the things are, watch and listen to them on a daily and continual basis. I guarantee you, if you do that for a year, your thinking will begin to change. Your decision making will begin to change. But if you keep listening and watching the same things, don't expect your decisions to be different in a year's time or in a week's time from what it is right now. And one thing I always say, it's never too late. It's never too late. So maybe you've been thinking negatively. Maybe you've been thinking, I can't do this. Start to watch some people that are doing it. Maybe you've been thinking, I'm too old, or it's too late for me, or I don't have the capital, or why don't you start to look and read some stories of people who have done it? And once you do that, I guarantee you, you're going to start to think and look differently. And you're going to achieve more than you thought you can ever imagine, or more than you imagined you can ever achieve. Right, like I said to you, this is a really quick podcast, and I'm going to check out now. As I said to you, I'm on the road, so I'm going to check out. I'm going to get back to driving now. This is Winnie Kitaka for Uganda Youth Collective. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for following us.